What the hell is this? Replace engine rear main seal as per customer Acura inspected. What, they don't work on Hondas or what? Just in our shop we have an Acura TL over there and then an Acura TL Type S over there. So what, Acura dealerships don't work on Hondas? Alright, so I brought the Accord in. If you're wondering how many kilometers it has 158,000 kilometers. So less than 100,000 miles. I just want to say kilometers because somebody in the comments, he's just waiting for me to say that. So I said it. Let's actually take a look and see if this thing actually has a rear main seal leak, as you know, the Acura dealership. Because I don't know, for all you know, they maybe just don't want to do the work and they just quoted a ridiculous amount of money for the repair, and they just, you know, send you off to the Honda dealership because I guess Acura dealership don't work on Hondas. Completely different car. But anyways, we get Acuras here all day long. We get MDXs. We're doing pistons and piston rings on those things. So we also work on Toyotas too, GM, Chevys, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like I said in a previous video, a lot of the dealerships around our area likes to send people away for the things that they don't want to do. For instance, this car is a clear example. And then another car, what is it? Oh yeah, another Honda dealership sends us their water leaks. So like the customer came onto our dealership and so-and-so Honda dealership told them to come to us because we do water leaks. And then what else? Yeah, I don't know. This is it's just because they want to maximize maintenance work, because that's where all the money is at for the dealership, I guess. So we end up doing a lot of big jobs here. So this Acura dealership, actually we got the rear main seal from that Acura dealership because we don't have the rear main seal in stock. So we got it from this Acura dealership. They're like 20 minutes away from us, and yeah, so we got the rear main seal for this car from the same Acura dealership. Let's just say that. Anyways, let's take a look underneath and make sure and see if it's actually a rear main seal leak. Well, I can tell you one thing. I thought I'd smell something on the way in. Look how much oil is on the exhaust manifold. So look at all that oil running down that. Anyways, I'm gonna go underneath. Let's take a look. So yeah, it's probably the rear main or the gasket, the rubber gasket above the rear main. Surprised the Acura dealership don't work on a Honda. Same time, this can also be an oil pan. You got all that oil there. Who knows? Find out when we get there. A good indication if you have a rear main seal leak. Here's your torque converter. You can see the oil residue. So what it's coming from the rear main seal, and it's, you know, when your torque converter is spinning, it's flinging all that oil outwards on your torque converter. But if you look over this side, your torque converter seal is okay because you don't see anything down there. So this is definitely a rear main seal leak. And there's oil on the bolts. I mean, your oil pan could be leaking there too, but yeah, you'll cross that path once you take the transmission out. And then since you already have the exhaust off, because you got to drop the whole subframe and everything, you're pretty much already there. So yeah. Anyways, just thought I'd bring it in, and I'm gonna be starting this tomorrow morning. And the O-ring I'm talking about on the Earthstream motors, it's this guy right here. And then this is the rear main seal plate. So you get the rear main seal. You also have to re-silicone this plate on the back. It's the next morning. Gotta get myself started. Mornings are hard, especially when you do multiple big jobs. And this week, as I already pulled a tranny out on an Odyssey this week. And then what else? Timing cover, VTC rattles. Yeah, I probably did like a couple of maintenance jobs this whole week, and it's all big jobs. But yeah, anyways, I should start getting warmed up with some coffee and get started. I gotta remove the covers, wheels. Gonna drop the subframe, put the hanger up top, pull the steering shaft out, pull the exhaust, and go from there. All right, exhaust is off. remove the torque converter bolts, remove the little plastic cover, and then I'm gonna go up top and then do some stuff up there. All right, so batteries out, airbox out. This on the V6 Honda Accords with the Earthstream motor. They actually hang it from up here, like on the Odysseys, like I did the other day. That is mounted onto the subframe, so this can hang, but I'm still gotta put the hanger on and remove this mount and remove the transmission anyways. Some of you might not know this, but your Honda Earthstream on your Accord is actually port injected. It's not direct injection. So you have all the benefits of an Earthstream minus the direct injection. So if you didn't know that, now you know. So subframe is out, not even lunchtime yet. Feels like, oh yeah, I gotta separate the ball joint, so that's off. Separate the ball joint here, and that's off. Now I think everything is pretty much it. I got the engine mount up there off, the back one, the side one. It's being hung up there still, so once I take the subframe off, I'm gonna go up top. I'll put up the hanger and then start removing stuff like the CV axles and stuff. I don't know, almost there. Still 10 a.m. It's like I've done this before. There, see? Coming down. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much there. So let me get this out and then push this thing back there. So yeah, now all the space in the world to disconnect all your connectors here. Pop your CV shaft out. Pop your half shaft out. Then, you know, this one. And transmission cooler up top. You can reach that from here. And yeah, basically almost there. So. Alright, so we're just about to separate the transmission. What I've done so far is, you know, took all this line, or all the connector and harnesses off of the transmission, the shifter cable, and disconnect the transmission cooler lines, well, just the transmission lines itself, and just let the coolant line on, and then just took the cooler off the mount. Other than that, we're pretty close. Just gotta get some, you know, torque converter bolts that are around the area and go underneath. I gotta set up the hanger that's just right there, and just hang the engine. Then we can take this bracket off, and we're pretty much there. I separate the transmission, and I guess all that oil is accumulating in between the bell housing because it all drips out. Also, separate the backside, and it just starts leaking out. So let's see what's behind there that's causing all this oil that's accumulating in the crevices of the bell housing. So once I separate it, a lot of oil leaked out, and it leaked out of this crevice. So I wonder if it's just because it's leaking from the valve cover and it's running in here and it's just collecting here, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, my light went out. My phone is dying. But all that oil collected into that crevice there. Same thing on this side. But this is a lot of oil. It's like everywhere. All that oil, there's a gasket up there. But I don't know, mate. Did someone already do this? Or like had to remove the plate at some point for something? I don't know. Because look at the silicone. This can just be like, you know, they remove the oil pan, but then there's like fresh silicone just like right on this corner here. Right? Because right there. See? It's like a little dab of silicone. Everything's like wet. So, well, anyways, let's reseal this guy. So, pop off these bolts, pop off all the other bolts, clean off the surface, and then put new Honda Bond in it. All right, so pulled off the plate. You can kind of see silicone didn't stick onto the surface, right? All that, but there is a lot of oil, and it stuck to the lower oil pan. Doesn't look like it. So this oil leak could also be because whoever did the oil pan also didn't seal it properly, or didn't clean it properly, because look at that. There's no silicone there. So one, I think somebody botched the job for when they pulled the oil pan off. 2, not enough silicone here, and then also at the same time there's the rear main seal leak. So probably more than one leak here. That's why it's all dripping. Oil pan, this plate, and then also the rear main seal leak, and then added valve cover leak coming in. It's a big mess here. I don't know how else to say this. Very close. Right now I'm just trying to pick out the silicone from the inside of this pan that's like squeezed over to make sure I get all that silicone out and out of that pan. So got everything there out. So I'm pretty good. Now I'm just gonna clean up the rest of the surface, stick the new rear main seal plate on, and call it a day. Yeah. Rear plate is on, silicone. That's just the silicone grease because I put a little silicone grease around the rear main just to slip it onto the crank. And then yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put the flex plate on and start putting the transmission back on. All right, so everything's in. I did everything last night, put the suspension in and everything. The only thing left is the air box and the battery, and also the exhaust that's sitting back over there because I'm just gonna wait till the apprentice comes by to help me lift it to bring it all over here. But today we're gonna remove the intake manifold and we're gonna deal with this valve cover leak, and then yeah, and then we're gonna douche everything down with a lot of brake clean. If you have an Accord, you'll probably have a strut brace that goes across. I have that removed. It's on the back, right behind the car right now. That's just going to help you access the valve cover in the back later on once you remove the intake manifold. So what you want to do is you remove this vacuum line. This one, what I like to do is I remove the throttle body and I just flip it over. You don't want to disconnect the coolant lines because, you know, you're going to have to fill up coolant. All I do is just remove the bolts and flip it over. Remove the top plate with a bunch of 10 mils, and then you're going to get access to the 12 millimeters inside for this part of the intake manifold. So let's go ahead and do that, and then yeah, let's start from there. So once you have this plate off, the bolts you'll be removing are the 12 mil, not the 10s that you see here, there. So those can stay. There's a little line that goes into here for your PCB, but you know that doesn't come out. You don't touch that, and then you get your purge valve off of your upper intake manifold. All right, so on these Accords with the Airstream motor, how I like to do my valve covers is I just completely disconnect the whole harness. It's not too hard. You just got the alternator connector, and then your AC compressor on this side. The big bulk connector that goes to your PCM, one ground cable, and then one to your oil pressure switch down there. And then since this doesn't have direct injection, you can just disconnect the port injectors, the connectors for the port injectors. And then you just lift up and you got all the space in the world to clear your valve cover. All right, let's see what's under door number 1. Like, what I like to see is what kind of maintenance has it had in the last 100,000 miles. Oh, if I could get this out with one hand. Oh, actually looks pretty clean under there.
Yeah, there were years it was really hard.
Yeah, see? Not too bad. A little bit there, but looks fairly clean. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah. That. I don't think this valve cover has been done, but what the hell is that? Is that a divot there? There is a divot there. What is that? See? There's a hole. What the hell is that? Here, let me clean that up. Wipe it out. There's a freaking hole right there. Look.
Right where the gas is, right?
Yeah. Is that...
Fill it up with silicone.
Fill it up with silicone?
It's a Honda bomb.
Yeah, it'll stop the leak.
What is that? Look. See if I can zoom in. Why is there a hole there?
I never saw anything like that.
You never seen something like
No,
that?
I never seen that hole on that thing. It didn't have one. I don't know if that's part of it or...
Like, is it just bad casting or something?
Maybe, because I did the exact same Accord.
Yeah?
Yeah. Air full MM4. I didn't see...
Maybe when they cast it, it had like an air bubble or something.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, anyways. I hope that's not because of my leak. because that's where the valve cover gasket sits on. Anyways, now you see what I see. Notice anything else? What is that there? Oh no, that's just silicone. Yeah, other than that, it looks pretty okay. Other than that weird hole there, it's like it had a, when they maybe casted it, it had an air pocket, and then they machined it, and now there's a hole there. Anyways, let's just get all this cleaned up and put a new valve cover, see if it still leaks. So I'm just cleaning this. I'm just seeing how deep is that hole, and that hole is pretty deep. Just picking out the junk out of it. I don't know what this thing is, but it is hard. It's like embedded into the cylinder head there. Like it's debris or something. I'm gonna pick it out. I feel like it's a rock or something. Maybe contamination when they casted this, but yeah, that's a pretty big hole there. See? Show you how deep it is. Wonder if my camera will pick it up and not go out of focus. Nah, it won't do it. See? I don't know. That is something hard in there. Cause you're not even in the camera. Anyways, put silicone on it and then put the valve cover on it. All right, this side's back on. I'm gonna take off the other side. If I find anything interesting, I'll let you guys know. But other than that, it's just pretty much the same thing as this side. So if I find a big hole in it, I'll let you know. Just like that, everything's all put back. Gonna start it up. This is where I find out if I forgot to plug in something. And then once it's running, I'm gonna check it for leaks. Yeah, nothing so far. Oh, I gotta enter the radio code. They locked the glove box. Was I just supposed to hold this? There we go. Hold the power button. And yeah, now I just run it, check it for leaks, and then that should be it. My next job is going to be a VTC actuator and timing chain on a Honda CR-V. The residuals are burning off. I did clean all the oil off, but I guess there's still some in certain places, like inside the cat, that still has oil in it, like in the heat shield and stuff. But that's just the oil burning off. Everything still looks pretty dry down here. Man, like all that oil that was on here kept the transmission case nice and clean. You don't see the corrosion and all that kind of stuff in the aluminum. So this rear main has probably been leaking for a pretty long time to be that clean. As you can see the aluminum, how it's different color. See? You see the night and day. And I used a lot of brake clean. Must be like 6 empty cans in there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you next time in another video. Not sure which one.